Hello everyone. Today I want to talk about mindfulness and meditation for beginners. If you click on this video is first, you probably never truly meditated. Maybe you don't know what mindful meditation is, or you're just interested and just have some time to spend. So fundamentally, what is meditation? And more importantly, mindful meditation. Meditation is all about awareness. You are always aware of something. And if you're not aware, your subconscious is. It just means that you're consciously not aware. But your subconscious is always aware of everything. Even though sometimes you're not conscious of it because you're like daydreaming or you're watching the video, So basically meditation is being aware of one thing. So for example, some will say mindful meditation is focusing on the breath, only on the breath. And you keep your awareness on the breath. And a thought will come, distraction will come, and then you just acknowledge this distraction and you come back to the breath. That's the fundamental of mindful meditation. Fundamentally, this is it. Now, some people will say, well, you should not focus on the breath. You should focus on the thoughts. You should, whatever schools is in meditation or whatever. Meditation is being aware, and most of the time being aware of one thing. Now, the question that we have to ask ourselves is, what is the best time investment thing to do? What is the best thing we can do with our time? And the best thing we can do with our time is feel the feeling of the thing we want to feel. If your goal is to be happy in life, now the best time investment is to take some time out and to practice feeling the feeling of you being happy. What the feeling is, that's up to you. You need to know what the feeling is, what the goal is in life. So if you don't know it yet, spend some time to discover what are your goals. Go inside of yourself, and at some point, by repeating that you will find your goals and that you know what your goals are, you will find them, and then you'll be able to write them down. So the best thing you can do when you decide to meditate is bring your awareness on your heart, and more importantly on how you feel. So at the start of the meditation, you just can ask yourself, how do I feel now? And if you feel really frustrated, bad, and angry, just acknowledge it. Like, I feel all those negative feelings. And take some time to keep your awareness on your feeling, on how you feel, even though sometimes it's not the feeling that we want. And I recommend at the start of every meditation, I do a breath work, Wim Hof breath work, 30 breath in and out, then 1 minute or 1:30 or 2 minutes fully out, breath hold, and then fully in for 15 seconds. And then you do this multiple times. I do it only once because for me it's enough and I fully relax. But I recommend to do it too if you do a 15-minute meditation. I just prefer one because it's my preference. I just like to do one. So in the beginning I did two, but now my body is used to getting relaxed and getting into this accomplished and fulfilled state. So that's your main focus. That's your main activity of the day, is to stay aware of your feeling, because your feeling will determine your action, and your action will determine your results. When you talk to someone and you feel frustrated, you're not going to talk nicely to the person. You're not going to be respectful. You're not going to be loving. You're not going to be supporting. You're not going to show understanding, compassion. You'll be frustrated and you're like, I've got some problems, fuck off. Now I'm exaggerating, but subconsciously he'll understand, like, oh yeah, okay, whatever, I'm not going to talk to this person. And we can play the victim. Yes, but because of the environment, life stuff, so I have to feel that way, and I feel that way, and it's not my fault, it's the environment. Okay. If you're a baby from like 0 to 5, I agree. I agree. The moment someone tells you, go clean your room, and you say no, then you don't have an excuse anymore. Because you have the ability to accept or reject an idea. And if someone comes to you and say, yeah, you're a fat piece of shit, and you get angry, it maybe means that you see yourself as being fat. And the only problem is you. If you go to a person who's really skinny and he thinks of himself as skinny, and you tell him, hey, you fat piece of shit, you're like, that's funny, because I'm not fat. You see, it's the difference. It's when someone tells you something and you get angry because of that, it means that he's right. This person is right. Think about it. You'll never get angry if what someone is saying is completely next to the point. If you see yourself as smart and someone calls you dumb, you'll just laugh. If someone calls you dumb and you get angry, it just means that you believe you're dumb and you don't like it. If you like being dumb and someone says you're dumb, you just say, oh yeah, that's nice. I'm not saying smart or being dumb is good or bad. The point here is emotional control. Do you have it? Because your emotion is going to dictate your life. We live in an ocean of motion. We only see 0.5% of the lights. Light is just energy that vibrates at a certain frequency. And depending on the frequency, there is visible light and there is invisible light. And then there is, electricity, electromagnetic. There is a lot of fucking frequencies. And we only see 0.5% of them. So what you see is not really everything there is. We live in an ocean of energy. And you are a receiver of energy and a receptor and also a generator. You generate energy, that you want this or not. And whatever energy whatever state you are in, you're going to attract things that match. You're going to attract things that vibrate at the same frequency that you vibrate. So all our life is based on achieving goals. You see something, you see a YouTube video, you get angry, your goal is to type comments. So you type comments. Goal achieved. Everything is little goals or big goals. So we got to learn how to achieve goals. And the way we achieve goals is by using our feeling and our imagination. We imagine the goal. What is the goal that I want to achieve? Okay. How would I feel if I already achieved that goal? And we feel the feeling of this goal achieved. And then naturally, our body will start doing things. The universe will rearrange itself to bring us this goal. Always happens like this. And sometimes you'll say, yeah, but I did it, but it didn't come straight away. And the timing, we just don't know when it's going to arrive. And if it's not arriving, it means that you don't truly believe that you already had it. You just got to be honest with yourself. It's difficult to convince yourself of something you cannot see. It's difficult. I mean, for me, it's still sometimes it's a bit challenging. And I just need more understanding of what's happening. I need to learn a bit more. And I need to repeat to myself. I got to do the repetition. And the results follow really fast. It's a question of conviction and just knowing. And conviction comes from a belief that has been confirmed, and I believe is just a repetition of an idea, of a thought. So if you keep repeating the thoughts, even if it's a lie, we all know this. We keep repeating a lie, we start believing in it. We know it's not true, but we don't really know if did it happen? You know what I mean? At some point, you start doubting yourself. And then you just ignore it like, yeah, I don't know anymore. But, I knew it's somewhere there was a lie in there that I told myself and other people. So it's understanding that, okay, if I want to achieve my goals, I need to be that person who has the goals already. That's the only way you achieve things. That's the only way. Everything you'll do in life is to, you do something, you go to school just to allow yourself to feel that you can be a doctor. You go to medical school, you do the studies, you do the things and say, oh, okay, now I have enough knowledge, now I can allow myself to feel like a doctor. And this comes with the piece of paper that you study hard, and then you pass the exams, and then you officially become a doctor. There are some doctors, they did not go the normal way. They just see themselves as a doctor. There is a lot of things that we cannot explain that some people, and it all comes back to fundamentally the same thing, is that the way you see yourself is how you're going to attract results in your life. And there is only one person who can allow you to be who you want to be, and that's you. You're the only one who has the power, even with zero knowledge, even with you're completely, you can ask yourself this powerful question: how would I feel if I was a doctor? And you start the whole process of you becoming one. The only thing is that you got to be consistent. You cannot feel 5% of the time, yeah, I'm a doctor, and 95% full in doubt, like, I cannot do this. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Energy always matches. It's constant. If you want to have, if you want to have a happy life, you have to be most of the time in a happy feeling. And how do you do this? By controlling your emotional states. Controlling yourself. Ask yourself this question: how would I feel right now in this situation if I was happy? For no reason, just happy. If I was grateful, if I was rich, if I had a great relationship, great health, whatever. So, yes, it started with mindfulness meditation. And this is the mindfulness meditation is the practice to train your body to feel a certain way. And the more you do it in meditation, the easier it will be once you are out of your meditation. You're at school, you're at work, you're having a conversation with someone. It will be easier for you to call back that emotion because you practice it in meditation. And you took some time out to relax, enjoy, and say, okay, how would I feel if I had already all my goals? And just enjoy this feeling of accomplishment. So, yes. Remember, guys, the greatest realization of a human being is the control of his ideas and feelings. We become what we think about, but more importantly, we are how we feel. Thank you, guys, and see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.